what I'm talking about when it comes to cooking. You know, just because I look macho and look like a big He-Man doesn't mean I have the tender side of making good gourmet treats for everyone to eat.
Well, can you cook pizza? Because I decided to open up a pizza joint.
Oh, I can cook most anything. You want to hear my qualifications as a cook?
Sure, go ahead.
You want to hear all about it? Well, you see, a few weeks ago, this is, you know, it only took me a few weeks.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, sit down. Okay, this is how I became a wonderful expert cook, boys and girls. Mrs. Willy said to me the other day, well, it was actually like a few weeks ago, she said, Mr. Willy, I love you. You know you jiggle my jello, you always will. But you know, I'm a little concerned about your weight.
You jiggle Mrs. Willy's jello?
No, I jiggle her jello.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, she said I'm a little concerned.
Your recipe.
No, it's not on there. You can't print such things. Anyway, she was concerned about my weight, and I was kind of ballooning out. She said I'm a little concerned because, you know, if you have too much weight, sometimes it's not good for you. So she said I have a plan, a diet plan for Mr. Willy. Well, I was a little hesitant at first, and then she said, here's the plan. You will cook your own meals at night, and we'll see if you lose weight. Well, she knows I can't cook. At least I couldn't cook before. So I began to cook each night. I had my tomato soup, and I had my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and that was okay for the first night. And the next night, I had tomato soup and the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and that was okay for the second night. And then the third night, I had tomato soup and I had peanut butter and jelly. That was getting tiresome, boys and girls. But you know what? I began to lose weight because I lost interest in peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And pretty soon my weight just kind of fell off, almost like you take a pillow off your shirt. It was magical, it was wonderful. And I became slim and trim like I was when I was a young Mr. Willy. And Mrs. Willy said, oh, you really jiggle my jello now. And everything was fine in the Willy household. But you know what? I got tired of cooking for myself, so I decided to do something about it. You know, boys and girls, there's two ways to get good at something in life. You read a book, and then you practice. And so I got out Mrs. Willy's cookbooks, and I began to read them. And I looked them over, and I began to watch TV shows about cooking. They had this wonderful gal on there. I don't know if you ever heard of her, Julia Child. She cooks up a storm. She said, yes, you know all about her. This is Julia Child. But she's,
Mrs. Willy over there.
well, yes, of course it's Mrs. Willy. I know who Mrs. Willy is. You don't have to tell me who Mrs. Willy is. Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, yes. And I began to learn how to cook. And pretty soon I made these gourmet meals. And I began to enjoy my supper again. And I threw away the peanut butter and jelly, and I began to really put on some weight. And Mrs. Willy actually was tempted. She began to eat my meals. And pretty soon she said, stop, Mr. Willy. I can't eat another one of your meals. They're too delicious. They're too wonderful. I'm going to gain weight just like you. I forbade you to be in the kitchen. I didn't know what forbade mean. I guess it means get out of the kitchen. But anyway, I couldn't cook anymore. She said, stay out of the kitchen because now you're gaining all your weight back. So look at me, boys and girls. I gained most of my weight back. But I did learn how to cook, Mr. Wildman.
I'm not sure if Mrs. Willy threw you out of the kitchen if that means you can cook.
Oh, but I was an expert. My meals were delicious. They were very
It
nutritious.
sounds like you can only do tomato soup and
No, I studied the books. I listened to Julia Child.
Can you do pizza?
Yes.
Pizza shop.
Do you have something I can demonstrate? Oh, you've got some dough. Boys and girls, dough is prepared. I will show you how to make delicious bread. Can we make bread first of all? We'll save a little bit for the pizza dough, and we'll save a little bit for bread. Have you ever had homemade bread, boys and girls?
Maybe you can make breadsticks.
Who's had homemade bread before? It's light and fluffy. Oh, you cut the thick slices of bread, and then you drizzle warm, delicious butter on it, and then take a little bit of sprinkles of sugar on it, and a tall glass of milk. I'm getting hungry. No to Mrs. Willy. I wanted a little bit of bread tonight. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. And you know what makes the bread rise? You ever thought about that, boys and girls?
Yeast.
What makes it? Yeast. That's right. That's right, yeast. And you know what yeast is? You know what yeast is, boys and girls?
The stuff that makes it rise.
It's bacteria. pretty good, but you gotta wash them all the time. I don't think so. Anyway, there's good bacteria and there's bad bacteria. Now the bacteria that your dog leaves in the backyard, leave it alone, it's bad bacteria. But the bacteria in here is good for you. Bacteria in milk and yogurt, that's good too. So, you know, there's good and bad and everything. Now let me prove to Mr. Wildman here that I know what I'm doing.
Mr. Wellman, you might want to move that sign.
What, you got glue here?
Case.
I think we might want to remove all of us.
Okay. We have our delicious dough out here. Let me tell you about it. First of all, we have to knead our dough. You ever hear that?
I need some dough.
Knead dough?
Need some
I
dough?
need some dough.
Knead dough, okay.
Freddie needs some dough.
Okay. Dough, I really do need you. You know, it's just you and me. Us against the world. I know it. No one understands you except me.
Mr. Willy, what are you doing?
I'm kneading the dough. Dough.
No, that's not what they're talking about when you knead the dough.
Yeah, N-E-E-D, knead.
No, that's not what they're talking about, kneading the dough.
What is it?
I thought you watched Julie and Child.
Well, we didn't do the bread episode. That's coming up next week.
And you're dipping, it's, you know, you gotta put it in a pan and you know,
Oh, well, that was the second step. You don't have to tell me. I mean, you knead the dough, tell it you love it and stuff so it feels accepted. And then you do it like this. You mix all the ingredients together. Now, boys and girls, there's several different techniques of doing this. Let me demonstrate a couple of them. First of all, you can tickle the arteries. You ever hear that term? Like when you play the piano, tickle the arteries? I'm going to show you how to do that. Can you see me do that? Can you see me, boys? Well, let's get rid of the pan here. I'm tickling the arteries. Oh, it's giggling. Oh, you're going to be sorry, it was a little wild, Fred. You're not going to be laughing so hard. Okay, that's tickling the arteries. Now, there's other techniques, too. In fact, in the mountains of Tibet, I learned the ancient secrets of self-discipline, self-control, and self-awareness. And I learned how to do some bread, too. Let me show you how to do it. This is a karate chop method. Hang on, boys and girls. Only experts can do this. Don't do this at home. Oh! Kind of bouncy. Oh! Ah, there we go. Take that, you bread. You know, I got to thinking. Cooking's kind of violent. What do you do with eggs?
you beat them.
You beat them. Now isn't that kind of mean? What do you do with lettuce?
Shred it.
Shred it and rip it. Another violent turn. What do you do with tomatoes? You dice them. You know, that's why I like to get into cooking because it's a macho sport. You know, us men do these macho things to food. Just a little aside anyway. Okay, let's mix this up good.
Are you guys buying this that he's an expert? Bobby, you're saying that he's an expert?
I ain't buying nothing he does.
You're not buying nothing he cooks?
No way.
Freddie's not buying nothing you cook.
Now, once we get it all ready, we're going to let that set and rise. Now, we could wait until midnight. Would you like to wait till midnight to see the bread rise?
We don't have to midnight, Willie.
Well, that's true. I like to party like the next guy, but I don't want to wait around till midnight. So, you have some kind of, oh, I think you do. Just what I need to make the bread rise. A tire pump, boys and girls. This will make
the
the...
yeast was what made the bread.
We don't have time for that. We have to hurry.
Oh boy.
Now I know what you're thinking.
You better get out the thinking glasses,
Ready?
kids.
I don't think he knows what we're thinking.
I know what you're
I don't
thinking.
think he knows.
Why would he take this dirty thing and put it in bread? Well, let me tell you about it. I washed this. I cleaned it with soap and water. It's clean. And then I filled my tires up with it, so everything's okay. Okay, now I'm going to take this nozzle and I'm going to put it inside like that.
Uh-oh.
Squish it all up inside.
Uh-oh.
Now let's see if we can get it
It's
to
gonna be
rise.
good.
Ah! It's working, boys and girls! It's working! And you said I wasn't an expert.
I don't know, Pastor.
I don't know neither.
I don't know.
It
moisturizing. And that's how we make our bread. Now, we have to put it in the oven and give it some tender loving care at 450 degrees, okay?
That's too hot. You better
Then
rub
you
some
have
suntan
delicious
oil.
bread.
And then we'll have delicious bread.
Now, you want some pizza dough?
Oh, we wanted a pizza. I'm opening up a pizza shop.
Okay.
I've been begging for a pizza dough.
Let's take some of this. We don't need the whole thing. Now I'm going to show you another technique. We are going to toss the pizza. We are going to toss the pizza.
Toss it right over here.
Toss it.
Right over here.
Do I have to hit the ceiling?
No,
Oh, don't hit the ceiling. Okay, we won't toss it that high. Okay.
you guys better duck.
This is what the Italian pizza guys do. Here we go. Oh, look. See, I still got it, boys and girls. I still got it. Look at that. I'm making it bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger. Oh. Oh, I lost my spatula.
I can see it. It's going to hit the
It's a beard.
And you got to make it. Are you sure? I'm thinking about maybe we should
A
not.
little extra fiber in there, I think. But anyway, that's how you do that. Can I tell them about the spatulas?
Okay, you can tell them about your spatula, but then I'm going to have to move on, okay? Because
Okay.
I'm really,
You're behind your time.
I'm not quite sure.
Well, I've always
open
said-
up a pizza shop now.
You better rename your bread than me.
Boys and girls, you know what this is?
You better rename your bread than me.
Yep. I have a lot of these. In fact, I get all my spatulas from Spatula City. Have you ever been to that store? Spatula City?